True horror war veterans' scary stories. In the dimly lit room, 5 war veterans huddled together, their faces etched with the scars of battles long past. As the fire crackled in the hearth, one man, Jim, began to recount a tale that still haunted his dreams. During my time in Vietnam, we were stationed near the infamous Hoia Baciu forest in Romania. He started, his voice quivering. We'd heard stories of its eerie reputation, but nothing could prepare us for what we experienced. Jim continued, describing how they had been on a mission deep within the forest. One moonless night, their radio went dead, and they found themselves disoriented, surrounded by unsettling whispers that seemed to emanate from the trees themselves. We pushed on, but the forest played tricks on us, Jim said. We saw spectral figures, shadowy shapes that moved at the edge of our vision, and heard anguished cries from unseen sources. Their platoon leader, a seasoned soldier, ordered them to retreat. Panic set in as they realized they were lost, their compasses spinning wildly. As they stumbled through the tangled underbrush, the veterans saw something that still haunted their dreams. A ghostly, emaciated figure with hollow eyes and a tattered uniform standing in the moonlight. It beckoned them forward with an outstretched, skeletal hand. Jim's voice quivered as he described how they followed the figure, unable to resist its unnatural allure. As they walked deeper into the forest, they came upon an ancient, overgrown graveyard, the tombstones marked with unfamiliar names. It was then we realized, Jim whispered, that we were no longer in Vietnam. We had stepped into a different realm, a place where the living and the dead coexisted. The veterans managed to escape the forest, but they were forever changed. Some claimed they still heard the haunting whispers in their dreams, while others swore they could see the spectral figure in the corner of their eye, even years later. Jim's story left the room in an eerie silence. The horror of that night in the Hoia Baciu forest had never left him, and his fellow veterans knew that the scars of war were not limited to the battlefield. In the cold depths of a Siberian winter, a group of Russian soldiers found themselves on a clandestine mission near the ghostly ruins of an abandoned village. They had been dispatched to investigate reports of inexplicable happenings in the area. As they cautiously entered the desolate village, a bone-chilling wind whispered through the empty streets, sending shivers down their spines. The snow-cloaked houses appeared to stare at them with hollow, broken windows. One of the soldiers, Ivan, recounted how they began to hear eerie voices, speaking in a language unknown to them. Their radios crackled with static, and their compasses spun wildly. In the center of the village, they discovered an ancient, dilapidated church, its doors creaking open as if beckoning them inside. Reluctantly, they entered the decaying building, only to be met with a sight that defied all reason. Candles flickered on the altar, illuminating a group of spectral figures in tattered. Their hollow eyes stared vacantly ahead, their faces frozen in anguish. The soldiers tried to flee, but an unseen force held them in place, their weapons useless against the supernatural entity that surrounded them. The ghosts of soldiers from a bygone era seemed to be reenacting a never-ending battle, the echoes of their war cries filling the air. As the spectral soldiers advanced, Ivan and his comrades could only watch in horror. The ghostly battle raged around them, and they realized that they had become unwilling participants in a nightmarish reenactment of a long-forgotten battle. In the end, the soldiers managed to break free from the eerie grasp of the ghosts, but the scars of that night haunted them forever. The chilling experience left them with a profound respect for the unexplainable mysteries that can be found in the depths of Russia's history, and a war that had never truly ended.